figured I would go ahead and sit down and talk a little nutrition with you guys. So, again, for those of you who don't know, I am a NASM certified personal trainer, so I studied nutrition. I know a lot about it. I'm by no means a dietitian, so again, nothing I say, I didn't get like my bachelor's or MBA in nutrition, but I do know a fair amount. So a little bit, starting out, I figured I'll just go over what I eat so you guys know when I'm talking it's my diet specific, you know how to adjust your calories to fit your needs. So anyways, I eat the If It Fits Your Macros diet. So again, I don't believe in cutting out any kind of food. You know, I don't do the keto diet or the paleo or, you know, I've nothing necessarily against those. I do think that cutting out an entire food group like carbohydrates or even like a super low fat diet is not the best way to go about anything because in all honesty, they have a lot of your micronutrients that you need, and we'll get into that later. But for myself, I do the If It Fits Your Macros diet, so I kind of, as you've seen in my previous video, you know, I had an entire pizza, which was, I mean, it was 12 inches, it was like 900 calories, but I had that for dinner one night, so, you know, I'm not, you know, one of those guys who won't eat pizza or I can't touch french fries, you know. But anyways, real quick, I'll go over my macros and what I eat. So right now, again, I typically try to just stay lean all year round. I don't bulk, I don't cut. I know this video is, I'm eating more of a cutting type of diet because I know a lot of you are looking forward to summer and getting shredded for summer, so I figured it'd be good to kind of do more of a diet based on cutting for summer. I know, sorry for if you see the dog go back and forth in the video. But anyways, so my TDEE, which essentially if I was to sit on the couch and literally do nothing all day, I would still burn about 2,200 calories. So again, if I sat on the couch, did nothing all day, didn't exercise, nothing like that, I could eat 2,200 calories and maintain my weight. Now, the way I train, again, I do cross training. Typically I work out for an hour to an hour and a half every day. Super active job. Again, I'm always training people in the morning, teach boxing, kickboxing, and strength and conditioning. So I'm always on my feet, always moving, and then starting up a small business, you know, you're kind of always on the go. You don't really know what you're doing, and even real estate, you're walking a lot. So that being said, when I calculate that, I'm about 2,500 calories without exercise. And then when I exercise, I'm typically around 3,200 calories to maintain. And again, that's my maintenance. A lot of people aren't at 3,200 calories to maintain. It seems pretty high. I'm only 168 pounds. So that's a pretty high amount of calories. I was blessed with a good metabolism. I'm not going to say that it's not genetics. You know, honestly, it is a little bit genetics. And if you don't have fast metabolism, that's unfortunate, you know, but it's also, you just got to adjust. You know, if you have, I know people who have super fast metabolism, they can eat whatever they want and they're going to stay slim. You know, at the end of the day, unfortunately, you just got to work with what you have. So that being said, let's get into macronutrients. So macronutrients, you have proteins, carbs, fats, and alcohols. So proteins and carbohydrates both have 4 calories per gram. Fats have 9 calories per gram, so they're a lot more calorically dense. And then alcohol has 7 calories per gram. So I'll give you a quick example of each of those. A 6-ounce breast of chicken. You just pick it up from Publix, Walmart, Costco, wherever. Typically has about 36 grams of protein, 4 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs. So that chicken breast is going to be roughly about 196 to 200 calories. That's again when you multiply 36 by 4, because you have 36 grams of protein and 4 calories per gram, and then you have 4 grams of fat and 9 calories per gram. So you multiply those out, that gets you that 196, 200 roughly. I'm not going to do the math in my head. I just kind of know this from eating meat and stuff. And then let's move on to like a carbohydrate source. So again, let's just do an apple. So typically your average medium-sized apple is going to have 25 grams of carbs, which is 100 calories. I'll simply put 25 times 4, 100 grams. I can do that math in my head for sure. And then alcohol. So a 1.5 ounce shot, which is a standard shot, is going to be about 96 calories. I know it seems like a lot. In that 1.5 ounce typical serving of beer is, again, anywhere from 100 to 150 calories, whatever you drink. And then a glass of wine is usually around 136 calories, and that's your standard 5 ounce pour of wine and 12 ounce bottle of beer. So anyways, now you know the macronutrients. We can get more into that, how you base your diet around that. I personally try to eat around 55 to 60% of my diet is based on carbohydrates. About 22% around protein, and the rest around fat. Now, I just do better with super high carbs and lower fats because I've tried it all, and I've just found that the way I train, the way I work out, my body reacts to higher carbohydrates much better than lower carb, higher fat. So that being said, I eat a lot more carbohydrates than most people, but it works for me. So again, it's trial and error. You kind of got to find what works for you guys. I'm not going to say there's one type of macronutrient, one split that's perfect for everyone. That's simply not the truth. And then there are also, let's bring in the micronutrients now. So now we talked macronutrients. Again, that's where you base your calories off of. But that being said, I'm not saying go out, eat burgers, pizza, chicken wings. That's it on your diet as long as you reach your macronutrients, because now you're missing your micronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals. Super, super important part of your day in helping you live and function correctly. So anyways, that's why I drink the first form, OptiGreens 50. I mix it with diet green tea. Super good, gets you all of your vitamins and minerals. Now, I don't know about you guys, I'm actually a big vegetable guy. I will snack on carrots, I'll snack on celery. I'll eat it all, Brussels sprouts, broccoli. I love vegetables. A lot of people, however, don't like vegetables. So if you're one of those people, I highly recommend looking into getting a multivitamin or even something like the OptiGreens 50 that's going to give you your daily value vitamins and minerals. I still take it even though I eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, and I get a lot of my vitamins and minerals from Whole Foods, but you're still not going to get everything. I'm sure that all the vegetables and fruit I eat, I'm still not getting my zinc, my calcium necessarily, all that 100%. And I kind of just like to be safe. So again, I take the OptiGreens 50 and then also a fish oil, really good just on joints, mobility. You want to stay loose until you're older and everything. So I would definitely recommend those two. Supplementation, I'll get into a little bit as well. You see what I take supplement-wise. I have the Ignition carbohydrates, the BCAAs, the pre-workout, and the OptiGreens 50. Again, Ignition, it's just because when I wake up, I typically work out immediately in the morning or after I'm done teaching classes, so I don't have breakfast before. And I used to do fasted workouts, but as I've kind of upped the intensity, it's just not healthy, in all honesty, for me to be doing those fasted workouts. I just don't get the results I want. So having something that I can sip on as opposed to trying to eat a meal before I work out just works a lot better for me. Food does not sit well in my stomach if I'm then going to work out. So I love having that option of the Ignition. And then BCAAs I would definitely recommend BCAAs if you work out, if you have pretty intense workouts, because again, it's going to help repair those muscles. Creatine is also a great supplement if you're bulking or maintaining. I don't necessarily take it. It might be in some of the products I take. I'm not 100% sure. I have nothing against it. It's one of the most well-researched and looked at supplements ever. So again, they found nothing wrong with it. I don't typically take protein powder just because I find that I get plenty of protein from eating whole foods. And again, I would rather, if it's not before my workout, I would much rather eat a chicken breast or a piece of steak as opposed to drinking a shake. That's just me. If I drink a shake, even if I make a smoothie, I'll be hungry like 30 minutes later, and it's just awful because I'll eat everything in the fridge. So that being said, I think supplements are great, but they're meant to supplement your diet, not to be your diet. So just base your diet around those supplements, but definitely don't, I know some people who take like 4 or 5, 6 shakes a day, and you're like, okay, not 6. And I'm like, okay, really? Why don't you just, at least eat a protein bar. Eat something, because it's going to slow your metabolism if it's just liquid. Do not recommend liquid diets whatsoever. It is going to slow your metabolism. That's research that's guaranteed. That will slow your metabolism versus eating solid food, because your body has to break it down in your stomach. Not only will you burn more calories because your body is working to break down that food in your stomach, but it's going to keep you full a lot longer. The satiety level is going to be a lot higher when eating whole foods. Again, that's also why vegetables are so good when you're cutting. Super low calorie, but it gives you that volume. So that being said, I hope that helped you out. I know a lot of people struggle with the nutrition. I recommend starting out at least using MyFitnessPal. It's a great way to kind of track your calories, know what you're eating. Once you get comfortable with it and you can kind of understand, oh, okay, this is how many calories are in what I typically eat, you don't have to be tracking everything. Even when I use it, I will sometimes use it and I'll track food. I'm pretty loose about it. Like I'll put things in like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. When I eat at a restaurant, I try to figure out just exactly how much it is if the restaurant doesn't already have the calories listed. Thankfully, a lot of them do nowadays. And then a food scale. I definitely recommend a food scale, at least for the first month. You can get some on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below to the one that I used starting out, because in all honesty, you can know what you're supposed to be eating, but if your portions are still double or triple what they should be, which a lot of people they don't understand that 6 ounces or 4 ounces is about the size of your palm, but they're eating an 8-ounce chicken breast and they think it's 4 ounces. So it's not bad that you're eating chicken breast because it's good for you, but at the end of the day, calories in versus calories out. If you're eating an excess amount of calories, you're going to gain weight. If you're eating not enough calories, you're going to lose weight. So knowing the portion sizes is very big. And I'll have more videos in the future on nutrition. I absolutely love nutrition. Again, I studied it. I read books about it all the time. It's something that is meaningful to me because I love helping people with nutrition. So anyways, that's really all I have. The last thing I'll touch on is eating out. A lot of people freak out about it. I personally don't care. I think that you can always eat out and make a choice that's healthy. Just because you're eating at Chipotle, I eat at Chipotle all the time, it's just being smart. Not adding the cheese, the guacamole, the sour cream, getting the carnitas. Those are all super high fat. When I eat out, I get double rice, black beans, chicken, fajita vegetables, lettuce, pico, sometimes some cheese depending on how I'm feeling, sometimes guacamole. Again, there are options out there for everyone. So again, I think that eating out is not a bad thing. If you're super busy, obviously you kind of have to. Nothing against meal prepping, but it's very time consuming. It's kind of tedious. I used to be a hardcore meal prepper, and I've kind of learn to dial it back a little bit and enjoy life a little bit more, enjoy food a little bit more. I always say, don't eat to live, you should live to eat. Enjoy the food that you've been given. Don't just eat chicken, broccoli, and rice. If you like doing that, I have nothing against it, but me personally, I enjoy food way too much. I can't, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to eat that donut because I'll gain a pound of fat. Just fit it into your diet, guys. Find a way to fit it in, even if it's only eating half of something. So anyways, that's all I got for you on nutrition today. I will see you guys at lunch. Honestly, kind of craving Chipotle now. And then I will see you at dinner, and we'll kind of just go from there. I have something special planned for dinner, one of my favorite recipes of all time. We used to actually serve it in the restaurant, so I think you guys will like it a lot. So I'll see you then.